Yes, 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 resounding yes, you can make money with your boutique portrait photography business. Last year alone, I helped my students make $5.2 million, and you can get in on that too. Hey friend, my name is Sarah Petty. I run one of America's most profitable photography studios in the United States. And my goal and my passion is to help photographers have a life where they can put their family first and have a thriving photography business, not having to pick one or the other. I want it all, and I want you to have it all. Let me talk about how you make money with your camera, because first of all, you pick up your camera and you've got to believe in yourself. I know I was the most insecure person. I didn't have a degree in photography. I didn't really have much training. And I remember thinking, I'm a fraud. I have imposter syndrome. Anybody? I totally get it. But here's the thing. You don't have to be a techie guru with 5 degrees in photography. In fact, sometimes the people with the best photography skills are the ones making the least amount of money. Yes, you can be better at photography, but get better at photography as you're getting better at business. They rise together. So I have a camera, black camera, like gray black lenses. When people ask me what kind of camera I shoot, I say, it's like black. It's a Canon, bunch of E's, all kinds of letters and numbers. I am so not a techie. I don't care. I literally have a camera shop that I've bought cameras my entire career. They're down in St. Louis, so 2 hours away. I call my rep up and I say, hey, I need a new camera. What should I get? He tells me, I buy it, and I'm done. I have a couple lenses that I love, I know how to use, and I just don't geek out over spending tons and tons of money on camera equipment. Now, when my daughter was in track and she was running around a long track, I wanted a 100 to 400 really long lens, and my business allowed me to do that and write it off. It was great because I can use it in sessions, and when I'm done with it, I can sell it if I want. But for the most part, that was it. I wanted it to photograph my kid doing track, and then when we do high jumpers or we're doing other kids in sports, I have this cool lens. That's what running a business can do for you, which is so cool. But you don't have to have a ton of gear. You don't have to spend a bunch of money. My filter is get a great camera that can print big, get at least one nice lens, and then don't buy other things until you know they're gonna help you make money. Once you're making money, you can go buy anything you want. Second, don't sell your high-res digital files. I see people getting so passionate about this. Oh, Sarah, but you're holding their digital files hostage. What? I was in business in the days of film. Nobody freaked out that I wasn't giving them the negatives. I sold artwork for people's homes. And then all of a sudden, it's this whole digital file you're withholding. No, it's not. We're a sit-down restaurant. People don't come into a sit-down restaurant and throw a little tantrum that they can't buy the raw ingredients. It just is a different thing. But you haven't learned how to position yourself as a sit-down restaurant. You're in the hyper-competitive area of competing on fast food with McDonald's and Hardee's and all the shooting burners, giving it all away. Look, clients don't know how to color correct or manage exposure. They don't have pro labs to print their artwork at. They need your help, right? They need your help doing this. When you're giving your clients digital files, high-res printable digital files, you're not serving them. You assume they want to print them themselves. You assume they know how. Restaurants don't assume that you want to go home and cook your own food, even though you could. Might be bad. That's me. Might be bad, but we can do it. People want to be served. They want to make sure artwork is the right size, in the right place, presented the right way, hung the right way. They don't do it because they're nervous about making a mistake. That's where we come in. I did a whole training on this that I want you to grab. In this video, I share why I am so against digital files. I'm gonna put the link below. Go and watch it. Third, get around people who put you in a positive mindset. We call it front pocket, back pocket. So your friends and family are not qualified to give you business advice if they're not running a profitable boutique photography business. Would you agree? Just like you don't go to your friend who doesn't have kids for parenting advice, that seems obvious. Yet we take advice from unsolicited people who are not qualified. Therefore, what you're going to do is you're going to put those people in your front pocket, and then you've got to build a back pocket. This is where you put the community of photographers who are doing the same thing as you, who are getting out of the price race to the bottom, the shoot and burn cheap commodity photographer who's just competing on price, and you're getting out of that race and you're creating value and you're being a part of something bigger. That's where you have your mentor. You've got to have a mentor. When you put your kid in 5th grade sports, do you get them on a team with a coach? Yeah, that's the first thing you do, because you know for them to succeed, they've got to be on a team with a coach. I know it's so hard to know, where do I take advice? Who do I take advice from? As a mentor, as a coach who coaches and teaches photographers how to do what I've done for 24 years, that's why I put so much content out there, because how are people supposed to pick the right mentor for them? Surely not the cheapest. And I see people sometimes grabbing a local mentor who's not a photographer. And I believe that we are completely different, because most businesses compete with cheap, but as photographers, we compete with free, because everyone has a digital camera. Think about it. You're never going to be cheap enough to compete with free. So if you're taking advice from someone who doesn't know how to do that, it's the wrong person. I wrote a book called Worth Every Penny, right? How to build a business that thrills your clients and still allows you to charge what you're worth. That's what I'm talking about. Look, if you're having a hard time finding a community, we have a free Facebook group you can join. We are here for you. Text us here at 217-888-2008. And let me know what you're struggling with. I have so many free resources and other resources that can help you so much. And fourth, have in-person ordering appointments with your clients. No online galleries, no giving them digital files, none of that. You're an order taker. They get into overwhelm. They get decision fatigue. They can't figure it out. They're stressed out. And then they don't order. And then they don't get what they want, which is artwork. You don't get what you need, which is money to stay in business and pay your bills. So when I created my system, I made sure that it served my clients so they could get artwork for their homes. And I didn't even care what they ordered, but I wanted them to have something. That's what they came to me for. We call it IPS, which is in-person sales. It's an in-person sales presentation. And there are a lot of people out there teaching it. I think teaching it wrong. I haven't found anybody else who does it the way we do it. And people will say, oh, I'm boutique, I do IPS. And it's like, no. IPS is part of boutique, but it's not all of boutique. But IPS is where you're sitting there and I project the artwork huge on my clients' walls, or if I'm in their house or in my studio, I project it huge so they can see exactly what it's going to look like big. If you have to, when you're starting out, you can sit with them with a laptop, you can plug into their TV. But the key is you're sitting there like you're sitting with your best friend, helping them make their decision. Super easy. Help them make a decision. This is where you build that trust and that relationship. And you can say, oh, I'd sacrifice that one and I'd go really big with this one. And they learn to trust you and they get it done once and they're like, that is the best decision I've ever made. And then they're a client for life. It's perfect for both of you. And last but not least, get your work out there. Show people your work. You're hiding behind the computer, staying up all night, editing, likely, right? I know. When you're giving it all away or you're underpriced, you're working way too much. I remember being there, putting my kids to bed, staying up all night. It was not fun. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Get some displays, get some business partners who can display your artwork and gush on you so that you can get more clients. The key is believing in yourself. You've got to find that belief. And I always say, I will believe in you until you believe in you. I'm so glad you're here. Subscribe and I'll see you soon.